Lesson 9.3, Two-Way Tables. Essential question. How can you read and make a two-way table? A two-way table displays two categories of data collected from the same source. You randomly survey students in your school about their grades on the last test and whether they studied for the test. The two-way table shows your results. Each entry in the table is called a joint frequency. So every number that you see here in this table is called a joint frequency. Example 1, reading a two-way table. How many of the students in the survey above studied for the test and passed? Think about your response to this answer. So it's simply asking for how many of the students in the survey above studied and passed. So we're looking in this column here, studied, and then we're looking for the kids who passed. So that would be 21 students. Pretty simple, huh? The sums of the rows and columns in a two-way table are called marginal frequencies. So here, example 2 says, finding marginal frequencies. Find and interpret the marginal frequencies for the survey above. Create a new column and a new row for the sums. Then add the entries. So you're going to simply add your new columns and rows here, right? And if you add 21 and 1, you're going to get 22. 6 and 2 is going to be 8. 6 and 1 here is going to be 7. 21 and 2 here is going to be 23. And then you can check by adding across. So 22 and 8 is 30, and 23 and 7 is also 30. That's a good way for you to check to see that your sums are correct. Example 3, making a two-way table. You randomly survey students between the ages of 12 and 17 about whether they ride the bus to school. The results are shown in the tally sheets. Make a two-way table that includes the marginal frequencies. So remember, marginal frequencies are the sums, right? So think about it. If you were to plan a two-way table, we're talking about people who ride the bus and people who do not ride the bus. And then we have their ages, and then we have the numbers here, right? So how would you create a two-way table? Think about it. So some of you might have decided to do two columns here that says rides the bus and then one that does not. And then you could have your ages going down this way, okay? And then, of course, you would count your tallies and populate your table. Some of you might have done it a different way, and that's okay. So let's go ahead and populate the table. So what I first did is I just counted the hash marks here. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 24, 5, 10, and 2 is 12. And then I just wrote the totals here, right? So I'm going to go ahead and populate the table. So for the age group 12 through 13, that rides the bus, that's 24. 12 in this age group, 14 in this age group. Does not ride would be 16 for this age group. 13 for this age group, and then 21. Okay, and then now we're going to calculate the marginal frequencies. So I'm going to go ahead and add these numbers up and find the sums. And remember that this corner box here should always have a number. And I like to do that one last because it's a good way to check to see if your numbers are adding both ways. So let's go ahead and populate that table. So I went ahead and added the numbers up. So like 24 and 16 give you 30, 12 and 13 give you 25, 14, 21 give you 35. Then I added down to find the sums, and that's going to be 90. So I checked 30 plus 25 plus 35 is 90, and 50 and 40 also equal 90. And that's my two-way table.